It is time to upgrade my girlfriend's keyboard. If you guys haven't seen her build the keyboard, check it out up there. But yeah, she said she's getting bored of her alpaca, so we're gonna change it out for her. She doesn't know I'm changing out the keycaps, and she does know I'm building a second keyboard because she chose 2 switches, so we're gonna go with 2 keyboards. And you already know, this video is sponsored by PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop shop for printing PCBs, CNC fabrication, or 3D printing. It can be as simple as uploading your own custom files or uploading files you found online from an open source keyboard. With extremely fast turnarounds, they can print all kinds of PCBs, your standard PCBs, advanced PCBs, even flexible PCBs. And if you require assistance assembling it, they do provide a service for that as well. They have monthly submissions open to the open source community where you can submit your designs, projects, and even show your proficiency in designing cool stuff. And of course, they will be rewarding participants with coupons up to $100. And if you haven't signed up, first timers can actually claim a free $5 coupon, which is basically the cost of the cheaper PCBs on the website, so go check them out. Let's head back to the video. Okay, so back in it, this is her keyboard now. It is a Tofu 60 with a polycarbonate plate, looped alpacas, and Olivia clones. So this white keyboard is what we will be upgrading today. So to start off the upgrade, we will be removing the switches and the keycaps because we will be swapping them out. As for the alpacas, this is honestly one of the biggest deals I've ever done. I'm giving her Gayron Milky Yellows because she wants those, and I'm getting alpacas. Big steal, guys. After removing the switches and keycaps, I decided to redo the tape job. The tape that we used was about some micro pore tape, but I want to use masking tape instead, so I redid it with masking tape. Afterwards, I'll be throwing in some PE foam because I wanted a different acoustic from the keyboard. PE foam does help with that a lot, because what she wants is a different sounding keyboard, and PE foam actually does make it sound a lot better. Sounds a little bit more marbly and a deeper sound tone. This PE foam was sent over by K-Tex. I believe that it is not that easy to find PE foam in my country cut to size, or at least not humongous rolls. So this is actually really helpful for all the locals with me in Singapore. If you're interested, go and check them out. Pretty good stuff. I first started off by cutting it to size and then cutting out holes for the stabilizers. Afterwards, I just made sure it fits, and it fits really well. It is a little scuffed, but it works, so why not? So for switches, she tested out most of the switches I have, like every single switch I have ever received. She probably have tested them out, and she still likes Gayron Milky Yellows. One of the most popular budget switches, not too heavy in weight, not too light either. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It is a good switch, good pricing, good weight. It's good. Anyway, I looped it with Krytox 205 Grade 0 and installed them. It is not that easy to install them with the PE foam, so it's doable. The pins don't bend, but it just requires a little more strength, so it was really hard for me to film that. Also, because the polycarbonate plate was extremely flexible, so it just made the process even harder. It took me a while, but it worked out, so it's fine. Moving on to keycaps. Keycaps. GMK Godspeed. This is her first GMK keycap set. She saw this set online and she liked it a lot, but she's one of those, she don't understand why GMK is so expensive. She doesn't want to spend so much money on buying GMK, but I bought it for her instead, so it's fine. At first, I wasn't really a fan of GMK Godspeed, but after looking at it a while with all the different builds online, it grew on me, so I actually really like the keycap set too. I also decided that owning and unboxing a GMK keycap set is probably the next step in her keyboard life, so I decided that I'm just gonna let her unbox it and put the keycaps on, because that's the most calming and satisfying part of building a keyboard. So that should be fun. So this keyboard is basically done. We're just gonna wait for myself to recover from COVID. I'm still positive right now, so once I'm negative, no longer COVID man, we will be able to go over, let her put on the keycaps. Oh wait, unbox the keycaps, put on the keycaps, and then rock the keyboard. As for the second keyboard, she does tell me that she doesn't need 2 keyboards. Obviously, she's the non-GMK kind of person, though she doesn't want to spend too much money, and there's no point having 2 keyboards. But during testing out all the switches, she did like the Holy Panda Axis. Yes, the Holy Panda Axis. Tactile switch. A really nice tactile switch. And because she took so long to decide between Gayron Milky Yellows or Holy Panda Axis, I decided why not just build a second keyboard with Holy Panda Axis. And I just so happened to have a spare tofu in a champagne gold color. It is a pretty girly color in my opinion. I don't know if it is girly or not, But you guys decide, let me know if it is a girly color or not. So I decided, why not just give it to her, build it. It's a tofu anyway. By that I mean it's a good keyboard, so link in description for tofus. Yeah, the champagne gold looks really classy, it looks really good. So I'm pretty sure it will look good with the Olivia clones too. As for the PCB, I'll be using my CM64 PCB with the default plate sent over by Tech T way back, like 10 months, 12 months back, I think, or a year back. South facing PCB, very good with FR4 plate apparently, I'm not too sure. Before installing the stabilizers, I actually pasted the stabilizer screw-in stickers that I got from my KBD67 Lite R3 because those were really good. So I stuck those on, installed my stabilizers. As for the foam, I went with a thinner piece of foam because I didn't want it to sound too muted, but it was really thin. But I'll be tape modding it right after the foam mod. So 3 layers of masking tape similar to the white one, and also PE foam modding it. This PE foam I have been using on my KBD67 Lite R3. If you didn't know, I actually modded my KBD67 Lite R3 on stream. You can go check it out too. So this PE foam has actually been pierced, I guess, and been cut to size, so it's working fine. Time for the switches, the Holy Panda X's. I honestly grown to love these a lot. It's pretty sad to lose them. I'll probably buy a new set again. This is something that I cannot show you guys, but it is something that you must feel in real life to know that the Switch does feel about 2 to 3 times better than the normal Holy Pandas. The bump feels so much more distinct and it just feels smoother, but the sound, I'm not too sure about it, but the feel is nice. Typing experience on it, you will get addicted to typing. Aside from the color, it's still pretty good in my opinion, so I don't know if it's still in pre-order phase. Make sure to get it. $29 for 35 pieces. If not, you need to pay $35. So yeah, I threw those on. The PE foam was actually pierced, so much easier to throw them on, and the FR4 plate was somewhat more sturdy, so very nice. I threw those on and threw on the Olivia keycaps. However, she did not pass me the remaining keycaps that she has on her side to fill up the keyboard, so this is what I have right now. Alright, so now that we have built both the keyboards, we can go surprise her and finish the 2 keyboards. I will provide a sound test, don't worry. Okay, so now COVID recover, very good, and then now we can pass her the keyboard. So we're starting off with the rose gold and the Holy Panda X's. So we're gonna let her type and feel the keyboard, and then we'll have the surprise. You know, you guys know the surprise, but she doesn't know the surprise.
I don't. Wait, they do?
Yeah, they do.
Really? Oh. Whoa.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is the white tofu case. We are supposedly supposed to put some keycaps here, as you know, but why are there no keycaps?
Cause I don't know. Beautiful, wow. Right? Oh my god!
Wait.
I know what this set is. Gem K. Am I wrong? What's this? Godspeed. Sounds familiar.
Oh my god! It's your first GMK keycap set.
Swear!
This is your next step in the keyboard hobby. Oh.
Oh. Oh! Oh! That's so cute!
Are you not starting with escape?
Am I supposed to?
Yeah.
Escape.
She put A first, guys.